Greetings, Otaku Faithful. Thank you for joining me again this week. Once again, it's Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief, and I'm here to bring you yet again another Boardwalk Empire episode review right here on Otaku Assemble! Weekly. I'm back to bring you yet again another Boardwalk Empire episode review. So, before I jump into this review, I do want to go ahead and apologize to you all for not being able to upload a review from last week, but quite honestly, exhaustion got the best of me. I was just way too tired to record a review last week. However, I will do a very brief recap of last week's episode to kick off this review so that we're all on the same page. Okay, so referring to last week's episode, which was season 2, episode 4, pretty much what was the, what were the big things that occurred in last week's episode? The first being the fact that the Commodore apparently suffered a stroke and has become comatose in a way. He's pretty much the vegetable, and we pretty much see the ramifications of that in this week's episode. So last week's episode, first big thing. The Commodore is pretty much out of the game now. He's out of the game. Okay. The second biggest thing from last week is the fact that Nucky and his entourage, they have a plan to get Nucky free and clear of the election rigging charges. And the plan is simple. Apparently Nucky broke, I forget what the hell it's called, but it's pretty much like, apparently because Nucky brought in prostitutes from across state lines and used them to persuade certain individuals' votes in the election, apparently that's against the law. You can't do that. That's a federal offense. So this is the plan. They're going to take that charge that Nucky has, and they're going to turn the whole election rigging thing into a federal case, which would then go to the... I forget exactly who it's supposed to go to, but it's one of Nucky's peeps in Washington, and of course, once he gets the case, he's supposed to, take care of the whole thing, and boom, it's done. It's done. The whole kit can and caboodle is out of there. So that was the second biggest thing from last week, and then I think I'll finish this very brief episode 4 review with the third biggest thing from last week, and that was the destruction of one of Jimmy's warehouses. One of their warehouses where they were storing all of their booze got destroyed. $70,000 worth of merchandise gone. So, and like I said, all those things are going to lead into this week's episode review. Now, this week's episode, this is episode 5, season 2, episode 5, and it has the weirdest fucking title. It's called Gimcrack Bunkum. I don't know what the hell that's from. I don't know what that means. That's a very weird name. But for Christ's sake, did the bodies roll this week? You want to talk about let the bodies hit the floor? Jesus, the body count went up a couple of notches in this week's episode. Okay, so like I said, going off of the three main topics that I talked about for the episode 4 recap. Number 1, the Commodore, he's out of the game. Apparently, the stroke was more serious than they expected, and like I said, he's kind of comatose. He's like a vegetable. He can't even move one side of his body. So safe to say, he's out of the game, right? And of course, that sends shockwaves throughout the rest of his operation. Now, of course, Jimmy, he's taking up the mantle. He's running the whole thing. He's just, leading the charge. However, Eli, like a pussy, is running like a scared little fucking pup with his tail between his legs, okay? Eli is completely flipping the fuck out. So this week we get a nice little scene with Jimmy and Eli meeting with a bunch of the Commodore's associates, and one of them openly challenges Jimmy. Now, Jimmy got that motherfucker at the end of the episode, which I will come back to. However, that leads into, you know, the whole conversation that Jimmy has with his mom when she's telling him that, you know, hey, you have to assert your dominance over these people. You know, someone challenges you, you address that shit right then and there. Okay, you don't let nobody take advantage of you, and you have to let them know that you are a threat and you are to be feared and respected. I have to tell you, I am really, really enjoying the character of Jimmy's mom this season, because it seems like she has taken up such a, it's still a supporting role, but she's pretty much taken up such a more significant role in this season, you know. For all intents and purposes, you know, we have Jimmy, who's now becoming like this crime lord in a way, you know. He's pretty much following in the footsteps of the Commodore and of Nucky. He's kind of, you know, he's the new breed, you know. He's going to be the next big thing. And one of the most unexpected sources of mentorship for Jimmy is his mother. I mean, because of course we knew the Commodore, yes, him and Jimmy, they were supposed to do this thing. It's like father-son, Bonnie and Clyde. Well, not Bonnie and Clyde, but, you know, Vito and Michael Corleone, you see what I'm saying? They were going to go in there with that. But now that the Commodore's out of the game, and now that Jimmy's openly opposing Nucky, what mentor figure does he have? His mom. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? And I like that. I like the whole mother-son takeover bit. I like that. I'm digging that. So, also, alright, so let's talk about Nucky in this week's episode. Nucky, of course, you know, he's hosting his, I cannot for the life of me remember what Homeboy's position is. It's the attorney sheriff. Yeah, the attorney sheriff, I believe, is what he is. I believe that's what he is. Anyway, Nucky and his peeps from Washington, they're in town, so of course, you know, he has to play host. He has to entertain them, and we do see the nice little contrast in between Nucky's mentality and how he feels about this, you know, this whole you know, illegal, this whole legal trouble and whatnot that he's going through. It seems like the attorney sheriff and, you know, all his peeps, you know, they're coming to Atlantic City. They want to party. They want to have a good time. And Nucky, you know, he's pretty much looking at him like, you guys are a bunch of fucking children. Like, this is serious shit. My ass is on the line, and all y'all want to do is get drunk and party with females. So, you know, from that perspective, I actually have to feel for Nucky this week, because it is like dealing with a bunch of fucking children. For any of you all who's ever babysitted before, you know that it's a pain in the ass having to deal with a bunch of fucking children. And the whole time you're like, seriously, guys? Seriously? For real? This is what we're doing? Shit, most of y'all probably have friends like that. When it's time to be serious, all the motherfuckers can do is joke about shit. Anywho, but man, oh god, this week, okay, remember earlier when I mentioned that Eli was acting like a little bitch, running around like a little pup, little scared pup with his tail between his legs? He went back, apologized, and pretty much groveled to Nucky. And man, we saw a side of Nucky that I don't think we've ever seen that side of Nucky before. Like, I'm talking about cold-hearted, ruthless Nucky. Like, wow. And the shit he said about Jimmy's mom, and the Commodore, I was like, my virgin ears. Oh my god. Like, Nucky went ape shit this week, which led to the, you know, the Nucky Eli fight, which I have to say, man, how the hell did Eli lose that fight? Nucky has like what, 10, 12 years on Eli? How the fuck did Eli lose that fight? That's like, man, you better beat that old man's ass. What the hell is wrong with you? But Nucky held his own until Margaret showed up with the 12 gauge shotty, that is. Yeah. So I think it's pretty safe to say Eli lost that fight. It shouldn't have even been close. And quite honestly, I'd have picked something up and I'd have smashed it across Nucky's head. I mean, I don't fight fair. Fuck that shit. If it's something like that, I'm picking up a pot and it's going upside your head. So, what the fuck, Eli? You dropped the bomb. Oh man, and then alright, now we're gonna get into the body count. Because fucking Eli killed one of the fucking aldermen with a fucking monkey wrench. And I'm not talking about just killed, like he smashed his face in with a monkey wrench. Yeah, he was drunk, but what I'm saying is this. You gonna turn around and smash homeboy in the face with a monkey wrench. How come you didn't pop all that good shit when Nucky was whooping your ass in the greenhouse? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm pretty sure y'all was wondering that shit too. You know, Eli popping that good shit. Yeah, man, smash, smash, smash with the monkey wrench. You should have pulled the monkey wrench on Nucky when he was whooping your ass in the greenhouse. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. We're moving on. But yes, one of the aldermen is dead. Eli was responsible. WTF? Much. Then okay, that's pretty much gonna bring me towards the end of this review, where remember the gentleman that I mentioned at the beginning of this review who challenged Jimmy, hit him in the face with his cane? Yeah, Jimmy got that motherfucker, scalped his ass alive. Scalped him alive. If that ain't some medieval shit, I don't know what is. I mean, we've seen Jimmy do some real cold-blooded shit throughout this series, but man, that takes the cake. Him and Richard scoped that dude alive. Damn. Oh, and then of course there was the whole storyline with Richard and his failed suicide attempt. I got a feeling this ain't the last. This will not be the last we see of this, because we've been seeing throughout this entire season that Richard's been going through some things. I have a feeling though that, you know, this isn't the conclusion to that plot line. I got a feeling like we're going to see some more of that. Yeah, that whole thing hasn't been resolved in this one episode. They've been steadily building that up all season, and they're not just going to wrap that up in one episode. Hopefully it'll be wrapped up by the end of this season, because I'll be honest with you guys, I like Richard. He is a kick-ass fucking character. I liked him since the second he showed up, but I really don't like this depressed side of him. I liked Richard when he was the GOAT, like he was the quiet go-to guy. When Jimmy said push a button, Richard pushed those buttons. And I'm not talking about no 1 or 2 buttons on the trousers. I'm talking about the 3-piece suit buttons. Richard pushed those buttons. He was the man. He still is the man. But what I'm saying is this whole depressed side of him, I understand it's necessary for his character arc, and it's part of his character development. And it's needed. Why? Because they could very well be, you know, taking this time to develop Richard now, because he could become a potential, like a much larger, much more significant character in the future. So we do need it. But what I'm saying is I hope he gets over this little emotional hump soon, so that he can get back to being good old Richard. Larry, he was never really good old Richard. He was always kind of fucked up. You know what I mean, nigga. I'm talking about he wasn't depressed all the goddamn time. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, bro. Okay. So hopefully he's back to his good old self. We didn't see Agent Van Alden in this week's episode, but we will see him in next week's episode. Apparently, it looks like the whole thing with him and his mistress. It looks like the shit's about to hit the fan with that thing. So looking forward to that next week. I think for the most part we got everything covered. Yeah, I think we got all the big stuff covered. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap up this review. I want to thank you all for joining me again this week, and until next time, this is Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief. I'm signing off, and until next time, peace.